Hello YouTube and welcome back to game number 5 between Netherlands and Denmark. This is going to be our two Terran players who have actually already fought in game number 3. It's going to be uThermal on the blue side. He is from AT Gaming and he's representing Netherlands. His opponent is going to be LiquidBunny, who's at the bottom side of Dusk Towers. He is spawning as the red and he is representing both Team Liquid and Denmark. So there we go. Gonna be continuing on with this. Gonna hopefully see another one of those exciting matches like last game, not the usual siege tank and marine gameplay. That'll be pretty damn awesome. I really hope to have that again. But we're gonna see, of course, how this progresses. Now, I just want to point something out. I hope you guys like this, but if you have a quick look here, you're gonna see that the colors of both teams have actually intensified quite a lot. I brought up the setting to about 10 out of 12. It used to be down to 1, so the colors would be very, very faded, and it wasn't, you know, as clear which player is which. Let me know what you think about this. That'd be super awesome, just to get a bit of feedback on it. I think that it's better this way, because of course, when you're playing Terran versus Terran, they're going to both stand out quite a lot more. So that'll be pretty cool. And it looks like we both have 2 barracks coming out, which is all just peachy. And let's see what our two players are going to be doing. Are we going to go for a 1-1-1 build? Are we going to go for mass marines? Looks like an early expansion coming out here from uThermal, putting that down straight after his first barracks. And there we go, he does have the minerals for it. Does appear that Bunny is doing the exact same thing on his side. And so far so good. Looks like a second gas coming out here for Bunny, and I honestly am seeing a lot of tech coming out very early in this game. So I'm just going to go ahead and guess here. I'm going to say he's going to go for 1 barracks. Actually, look at that, not even building a Reaper. He's going to go for building 2 Reapers after reactor. So he's going to go for 1 barracks, 1 factory, 1 starport. And out of that he is going to make, I'm going to guess Banshees, because he does have the 2 gases, so it would very well be a viable option to go for Banshees right now. We're gonna see, of course. Looks like we do have factories coming out for both players also. And Reaper gonna be poking up here. Now there's 2 Reapers in production here for Bunny, so of course this 1 Reaper not gonna be able to do anything about it. Gets chased on away. He's gonna have to just huddle back down to his own base, and he's gonna essentially be doing that on his awesome flying jetpack. And let's see what these Reapers are gonna be doing. Are they gonna try to do a bit of harassment? There is 2 of them, not just 1, so they will potentially be able to take out 1 or 2 probes, but of course it really depends on whether they engage nicely. Oh, 1 gets sniped out very, very quickly by these Marines. Well played here from uThermal, taking that out. And this 1 Reaper also just being a bit menacing, doing a bit of scouting inside the main base. I don't think he's capable of actually doing anything. Almost manages to snipe that SCV. Is he going to get it? I think it's actually worth sacrificing this for the SCV, because he won't get anything anyways here. No, not going for it. I think that if your unit is about to die anyways, you might as well just sacrifice it. There we go. Bunny actually going for that starport already. A little bit ahead of... Sorry, a little bit behind of uThermal, so as you can see already a medevac on the way here. So looking at army and worker count, very, very even on both sides, which is all perfect and well. And there we go, now transitioning into that bio play. 2 more barracks being put down for uThermal, so he's going to start pumping out Marines very, very quickly, which of course is quite standard. Looks like a reinforced depot here, which is pretty cool. Now, as far as I'm aware, that just makes the depot give more supply. Is that right? I think so. It's actually used from the orbital command. I just can't remember. I know in some expansion it made him give double the supply, but I failed to see how that would be a very good idea in Starcraft 2 multiplayer, simply because of the fact that, you know, if you lose that 1 depot, it's like 16 supply or something gone. It's quite painful. So let's see what this medevac is going to be doing. Getting spotted out pretty much straight away by this Marine, doing a little bit of damage. Boosting on away, taking a little bit of damage from the Cyclone, but breaking that lock. So very well here. Going to take out 1 SCV. Second one almost taken out there. It's actually that same one that the Reaper was harassing, but looks like this is getting cleaned up very, very quickly. I think that right now he needs to get the hell out of here and back off with this medevac, because he's wasting all of his things here. Now look at this counter attack here going at the same time for LiquidBunny, taking out a few SCVs here. Is going to start doing a bit of damage, as you can see here. Widowmine here, so close to actually firing off the rocket there, and that could potentially clean the whole group up. So this one Widowmine being put down here. Now I wonder what he's going to try to do here. As you can see, that's Widowmine is just waiting for these Terrans to, or these Marines to come closer. Now 3 SCVs already taken out. One more Widowmine being put down. Is actually getting taken out. Manages to kill it before it burrows. So, ooh, that was so close. I wonder why that didn't actually fire. I think it was locked on for a decent amount of time that it could have potentially fired off there. So 5 SCVs destroyed already. This is starting to become more and more significant, as you can see here. There is a siege tank here, bringing back his workers back to work and flying on away. But he did recover a lot more units than uThermal did when he dropped. So this is actually a very clever play what uThermal is doing right now. He's dropping Marines one at a time while he's chasing this medevac. That way they're each able to do a little bit of damage before it moves out of range. Very, very clever and very effective for basically forcing that medevac back. It's not going to be able to do a whole lot anymore, simply because if it gets any bit closer to the base, it's going to be quite dead. Let's have a quick look at the units tab. Looks like only 6 SCVs lost here for uThermal. Which, correction, 6 SCVs, not just only 6, because of course that is quite significant early on in this game. It's very important to get as many SCV kills as possible. It cripples the opponent's economy, and of course does very well. So it looks like we have double medevac harassment going around, one from each side, one potentially inside the main base, one inside the back, which would make sense since he only has 2 bases. But as you can see, it does look like Bunny actually has siege tanks prepared from both bases, so going to be able to fend this off if the medevacs drop off the units anywhere near it. And there we go, this actually gets defended off very, very early here with the Viking. So well placed Viking here, just able to do a little bit of harassment onto that and preventing it from getting close. Looks like combat shields are about to complete here, so that's pretty cool. And now the SCV is starting to move out. Not the SCV, the command center. So possibly thinking of taking this expansion finally a little bit later than uThermal, but at the same time his command center already built and complete. There it is, just about landing now. In position and ready to go. Now there was a sensor tower put up here, just to note. This is going to be quite handy for Bunny to basically scout out any sort of medevac drop going off here. So this distance is actually quite big. You might think, oh, it's just a little bit, he'll be able to sneak in, but those few seconds that you get of extra knowing the fact that your opponent is starting to do some sort of harassment is very, very important. It plays a huge part for defending against it, because you will be able to get your units, for example, from the natural base here up to your main base to defend. That can pretty much be a game changer. Harassment is one of the most important things in Starcraft 2. Of course, Zergling rushes, or medevac drops, or even Adept engages into the mineral fields. It's all harassment. Now obviously they can end games as well, but that is probably because you've done so much economic damage that at that point there's no recovery. So one medevac actually getting sniped here. Very well done here by Bunny. And there we go, the engage is going on. These Marines actually both stemming on both sides. Going to be quite an intense fight if they do fight on. I think that it's going to be becoming pretty close based on the army supply. One siege tank who was rallied actually getting taken out here. A little bit unfortunate for him. Siege tanks are in position for uThermal already, so at this point Bunny really does not want to get a little bit too close here, because he will lose that engagement. There we go, one Marine sent to his death. I really find it funny how this is actually a thing. It's like, oh yeah, you're all Marines, so you gotta do your duty. Go, just run into that mineral line and let me know what happens right before you die. Let's see what's going on here. Now in terms of unit count, let's have a quick look. There's 6 medevacs, and I believe that's 5 siege tanks in total. There's 4 siege tanks for Bunny, but even more siege tanks being brought in here from uThermal. Now this is going to be huge. He's actually cutting off the units from the back Now any reinforcements that comes in here will then be taken out, although at the same time going to be a little bit of a sandwich here for Little Bunny. One siege tank here again getting taken out. This is reinforcing units, and that's quite huge. Taking out one unit versus a bunch of yours forces a huge engage, and there we go, the engage going down here, actually taking all of his tanks right up to the front, but unfortunately they weren't here as fast as uThermal's tanks. So as you can see, getting them all pretty much cleared up very quickly, and there we go, pretty much everything has been cleared up. Look at the army supply, 94 to 44. If uThermal continues on with this, he will win this right now, here and there. And there you go, SCVs have started to pull off. Going to be a huge amount of them dying here, and well played GG has been called by Bunny. uThermal taking the series. Now what that means, of course, is that uThermal representing Netherlands currently at a 4-1 score, and this means that Netherlands actually wins the series. So I hope you've enjoyed that series. Please subscribe and like the video, of course, if you want to see more. And I will see you guys in the next series. I'm not actually sure what it is. It's probably going to be from the same bracket. So let's move on to that. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Good luck. Take care. Bye-bye.